28. Now, one thing that I hope, and we got a couple more days as we're going through this chapter, I think one thing I want you to definitely take away from this, going through this chapter, as it's talking about widows, as it's talking about those that are married, as it's talking today about those that are not married. The Lord is concerned about every aspect of our life. An underlying theme throughout all of this, as it gets to our vocation, it gets to our life, it gets to all of what's going on. We have a God who cares not just about salvation at the end, one day in heaven. Does he? Absolutely. But we have a God who cares where we are right now and here. We have a God who cares about all the aspects of our life and loves us and wants the very best for us. And to a certain degree, when we come to Paul, as he gives his wisdom with what's going on in those days, he just wants the very best for them too. And so we find here the words as he was going through the whole basic central concept, remaining where the Lord has placed us and being at peace. So today he comes to verse 20, come to verse 25 of 1 Corinthians chapter 7. Now concerning the betrothed. Now, betrothed, I don't like that in translation because literally it's betrothed, it's virgins. To those that are not married is really what's betrothed gives more. Now, where was everybody that was a virgin considered we're going to get things for you to be married? Yes. But the literal word here is virgin. So going forward, to those that are not married is basically the concept in these verses. I have no command from the Lord, but I give my judgment as one who by the Lord's mercy is trustworthy. This is him giving his wisdom that's been brought forward. Now, the technical Greek word for what's going on here is Adiaphora, something neither commanded nor forbidden by the Lord. And so that's very much what he's bringing forward in this verse right here. He's giving his wisdom. He's saying this is what I would see as the best. Nevertheless, as he's going to be very clear, this is almost the definition of what is Adiaphora, neither commanded nor forbidden by Scripture. Paul is going to say it himself. One way or the other is not sin. Yet he gives his wisdom. And so that's what's going on in these verses here to the virgins, to the betrothed. That's, like I said, betrothed kind of gives more of an implication. I think that in view of the present distress, in view of what's going on right now in Corinth and around the world, it is good for a person to remain as he is. Are you bound to a wife? Do not seek to be free. Are you free from a wife? Do not seek a wife. So in other words, he's saying, with all of what's happening right now in Corinthians, stay as you are. If you are married, praise be to the Lord. If you are not married, praise be to the Lord. Don't seek to, I got to quick get married before the end comes. It's got to be happen quick. No. Remain where the Lord has been. Be at peace with the blessing of your vocation and place where God has led you. And then finally, verse 28. But if you do marry, you have not sinned. And if a betrothed woman or virgin woman marries, she has not sinned. Yet those who marry will have worldly troubles, and I would spare you that. So he's saying, I would wish to spare you from the troubles that would happen. In essence, and he says it very clearly, this is my wisdom. If you do marry, it's not a sin. If you don't marry, it's not a sin. That's the definition of the word adiaphora. Neither commanded nor forbidden by Scripture. Neither this is sin or this is not sin. Both are blessings. Paul's saying, where we are, praise be to the Lord, be at peace what the Lord has put and placed you. In that holy name we